In this video, we're exploring the 4 most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare Sacagawea dollar coins, golden dollars that most people spend without a second glance. But under the right circumstances, a small error, a unique variety, or an extraordinary survival story can turn a $1 coin into a historic artifact worth thousands. Let's dive in. First up, we're exploring one of the expensive and ultra-rare, the Sacagawea dollar from the year 2000 with the Philadelphia P. Mint mark remains a fascinating and highly sought-after piece in modern numismatics, captivating enthusiasts who see it as both a bold step forward for American coinage and a tangible connection to the past. For collectors of 21st century issues, the most coveted varieties of this inaugural golden dollar have become a prized treasure, with current market demand that reflects its dual role as historical artifact and conditional rarity. What elevates certain 2000p examples above the 767 million struck is not merely the P beneath Sacagawea's chin, but the discovery of scarce die varieties that transformed ordinary pocket change into headline-making rarities. In uncirculated condition, and especially as the celebrated Cheerios variety, this dollar commands serious attention at auction and in private sales, affirming its status as a cornerstone for anyone building a significant modern collection. Historical context gives the 2000p Sacagawea dollar an immediate and tangible connection to the past. Authorized by the United States Dollar Coin Act of 1997 and first released in January 2000, the coin was struck to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar with a distinctive golden-colored issue that would not be confused with the quarter. Philadelphia produced 767,140,000 business strikes, the largest mintage of the series' debut year, and those coins entered commerce nationwide, while millions more were shipped to Ecuador for circulation. The obverse honors Sacagawea, the Lemhi Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste on her back, while the reverse depicts a soaring eagle surrounded by 17 stars for the states in the Union during 1804 to 1806. Early in 2000, General Mills partnered with the U.S. Mint to place 5,500 specially struck Sacagawea dollars into boxes of Cheerios cereal, creating what collectors now recognize as the Cheerios dollar FS 902. Unbeknownst to the public at the time, those coins used a prototype reverse die, tying this variety directly to a unique promotional event at the very birth of the series. The unique features of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar begin with Glenna Goodacre's dignified obverse portrait of Sacagawea, modeled after Shoshone consultant Randy L. Hidao Teton, paired with Thomas D. Rogers' dramatic eagle in flight reverse. Each coin measures 26.5 millimeters, weighs 8.1 grams, and is composed of outer layers of manganese brass bonded to a pure copper core, producing the unmistakable golden hue that defines the series. In high-grade conditions, the satiny luster and full strike make the design truly iconic, with sharp detail on Sacagawea's hair and the infant's features, and crisp definition on the eagle's plumage. The P mint mark appears to the right of the date, and for variety collectors the key diagnostic lies on the reverse. The Cheerios dollar FS 902 displays boldly detailed tail feathers on the eagle that are noticeably enhanced compared to standard circulation strikes. Rarity and condition are what separate a common 2000p from a numismatic star. Although Philadelphia's output exceeded 767 million, the vast majority circulated and acquired contact marks, making true gem examples genuinely scarce. PCGS population reports show thousands of coins in MS67, yet only about 543 in MS68 and a mere 6 in MS68 Plus as of early 2025, with just 2 graded MS69. The Cheerios variety is rarer still, with only 5,500 distributed, and because many were discovered by non-collectors who spent or mishandled them, very few Cheerios dollars have surfaced in uncirculated condition. The wounded eagle is documented with fewer than 200 examples across all grades. Market value for the 2000p Sacagawea dollar in excellent condition or with rare varieties reflects that convergence of historical importance, visual appeal, and absolute scarcity. While a typical circulated piece trades for $1 and a common mint state example brings $10 to $30, the celebrated varieties occupy a different echelon entirely. Cheerios dollars in MS65 and higher have a PCGS price guide value of $8,000 and have realized $6,600 for an MS-67, $7,800 to $7,995.55 for other MS-67s, and $8,500 for an Anax MS-68. The Wounded Eagle variety commands $250 to $5,000 in MS-60, MS-65, with MS-67 examples bringing $1,300 to $1,800 and the finest MS-68 pieces approaching $6,000. These results illustrate steady appreciation trends for top-grade specimens, as historical importance and eye appeal continue to boost value in certified holders. For collectors pursuing this prized treasure, prioritizing high-grade or certified coins is essential, and inspecting for specific varieties such as the Cheerios FS 902 or Wounded Eagle FS 901 can transform a routine acquisition into a major victory. Always purchase from reputable dealers or established auction houses, and insist on third-party certification from PCGS, NGC, or Anax to confirm both authenticity and grade, particularly given the subtle diagnostics that define the varieties. The 2000p Sacagawea Dollar in its rarest Philadelphia variety stands as a remarkable blend of history, artistry, and rarity, reinforcing its status as both a prized collectible and strong investment. The steady market performance of top-grade Cheerios and Wounded Eagle examples, coupled with their documented scarcity, underscores lasting value and appeal to numismatists worldwide. For enthusiasts seeking a tangible connection to the past that also delivers visual splendor and growth potential, this coin remains a rewarding addition, one whose significance only deepens with time. And secondly, we're diving into one of the most fascinating modern U.S. coins that continues to surprise collectors with its hidden value and unique history. In this video, we're taking a close look at the 2000D Sacagawea Dollar, a coin that at first glance may seem ordinary, but under the right conditions can become an exceptionally valuable and sought-after piece in the world of coin collecting. The 2000D Sacagawea Dollar marked the beginning of a brand new era in United States coinage, replacing the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar with a fresh design and a golden appearance that immediately caught the public's attention. Minted in Denver and carrying the D Mint mark, this coin was part of a massive release intended for everyday circulation. However, what makes it truly collectible today is not just its introduction as a new dollar coin, but the presence of rare varieties, high-grade examples, and unique minting characteristics that elevate certain pieces far above face value. Looking back at its history, the year 2000 was significant because it represented the U.S. Mint's effort to reintroduce dollar coins into daily commerce. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, but despite the high mintage, relatively few have survived in pristine condition. Many entered circulation quickly, picking up scratches, dulling, and wear, which means that untouched, high-quality examples have become increasingly difficult to find. Additionally, special early strikes and experimental planchets from this year have added an extra layer of intrigue for serious collectors. The design of the 2000D Sacagawea Dollar is one of its most appealing aspects. On the obverse, you'll find the detailed portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, symbolizing strength, guidance, and exploration. The reverse features a soaring eagle surrounded by 17 stars, representing the states at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The coin's golden color comes from a manganese brass alloy, giving it a distinctive look compared to traditional silver-toned coins. Subtle details like the texture of the fields, the sharpness of the eagle's feathers, and the clarity of the facial features all play a major role in determining its value. When it comes to rarity, the story becomes much more interesting. While circulated 2000D Sacagawea dollars are still common, finding one in uncirculated condition with strong luster and minimal marks is far more challenging than most people expect. Coins graded MS-67 or higher are particularly scarce, and those with exceptional strike quality or satin-like finishes can command significant premiums. Even more rare are transitional or experimental varieties, which were struck under slightly different conditions and are highly prized among advanced collectors. Collector demand for this coin continues to grow, especially as more people begin to appreciate modern coins with hidden rarity. Within the Sacagawea Dollar series, the 2000D stands out because it represents the very first year of issue combined with the Denver Mint's production characteristics. It may not belong to the Wheat Penny series, but within its own category, It holds a similar level of importance as an entry point coin with historical and collectible significance. Its combination of accessibility and the potential for high-value finds makes it especially appealing to both beginners and experienced numismatists. In terms of market value, most circulated 2000 Sacagawea dollars will still be worth around $1 to $2, depending on condition. However, uncirculated examples can range from $500 to $2,000, with higher-grade coins reaching $2,500 to $6,000 or more. Once you enter the realm of professionally graded coins at MS67 or above, values can climb into the several $100 range. Exceptional specimens with perfect surfaces, strong strike, and eye-catching luster have been known to sell for $9,000 or more at auction, especially when demand is high and supply is limited. For collectors looking to find one of these valuable pieces, the key is to focus on condition and detail. Look for coins with minimal contact marks, bright original luster, and sharp design features. Rolls from banks, old collections, and coin dealers can sometimes yield hidden gems. Professional grading services can also help authenticate and assign a grade, which significantly impacts value. Pay close attention to the surface quality and avoid heavily scratched or dull coins if your goal is long-term value. Beyond standard circulation strikes, one of the most intriguing aspects of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar lies in the subtle variations that can dramatically affect its desirability. Some collectors actively search for coins with enhanced strike quality, often identified by sharper hair details on Sacagawea and more defined feather lines on the eagle. These characteristics are not always easy to spot with the naked eye, which is why magnification and proper lighting become essential tools for serious collectors. In certain cases, coins that appear ordinary at first glance reveal exceptional detail under closer inspection, turning what seemed like a common dollar into a premium collectible with significantly higher market appeal. Another factor that adds depth to this coin story is how it has aged over time. Unlike older silver coins, the manganese brass composition reacts differently to environmental exposure, sometimes developing uneven toning or dull patches if not stored properly. However, coins that have been preserved in original mint rolls or protective holders often retain a vibrant golden sheen that collectors highly value. As the market for modern U.S. coins continues to evolve, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar is gaining recognition as a sleeper coin with long-term potential. While it may not yet command the legendary status of older rare coins, its combination of historical significance, condition rarity, and growing collector interest suggests that its best days could still be ahead. Auction records have shown increasing competition for top-grade examples, and as more collectors complete their Sacagawea dollar sets, the demand for premium 2000 coins is expected to rise. This gradual shift in attention is exactly what often transforms an overlooked coin into a standout performer in the numismatic market. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar is far more than just a modern coin. It's a gateway into the world of hidden rarities and overlooked treasures. Its historical importance, combined with the challenge of finding high-grade examples, makes it a standout piece in any collection. Whether you're just starting out or already deep into coin collecting, this coin offers both accessibility and the potential for impressive value. And if you think this one is interesting, wait until you see the next coin in this series, because it takes rarity and value to an entirely different level. And thirdly, we're diving deep into one of the most misunderstood treasures of the Native American dollar series, the 2011 Sacagawea dollar commemorating the Wampanoag Treaty of 1621. On paper it looks like just another golden dollar from Denver, but under the right light, with the right toning, the right strike, and the right story, this coin has stunned collectors and rewritten what modern rarity means. So before you spend that scratched, toned 2011 in your change jar, stay with me, because by the end of this video you'll understand exactly why condition, variety, and survival have turned a face value dollar into a coin that registry collectors chase and auction bidders remember. The year 2011 was a complicated moment for the United States and for its coinage. The country was still working through the aftershocks of the 2008 financial crisis. Unemployment remained a national conversation, and the U.S. Mint was recalibrating how it released dollar coins to the public. By 2011, the Mint had already suspended direct circulation of Sacagawea and presidential dollars because banks were overflowing with them and the public wasn't using them in daily commerce. Instead, 2011 D Sacagawea dollars were struck primarily for collector rolls, bags, and mint sets, with only limited quantities entering circulation through banks that specifically ordered them. That policy shift is critical to understanding the coin's story. The Sacagawea dollar series itself began in 2000, designed by Glenna Goodacker, who sculpted the iconic obverse portrait of Sacagawea with her infant son Jean-Baptiste. Beginning in 2009, the reverse design changed annually to honor different aspects of Native American history and culture under the Native American $1 Coin Act. The 2011 reverse was designed by Richard Masters and sculpted by Joseph Mena, commemorating the 1621 Wampanoag Treaty with the Pilgrims. It was a year when the mint was striking dollars for history, not for commerce, and that distinction set the stage for everything that followed. The design of the 2011 D Wampanoag Treaty dollar is rich with symbolism and detail that becomes breathtaking when the coin is well preserved. Glenna Goodacker's obverse remains unchanged from 2000. Sacagawea gazes right, her son secured to her back, representing guidance, resilience, and the human connection at the heart of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Liberty arcs above, In God We Trust rests to the left, and the date 2011 with the D mint mark is positioned to the right. The reverse, by Richard Masters, depicts the hands of Supreme Sachem Usamaquin Massasoit and Governor John Carver exchanging a ceremonial peace pipe after the signing of the 1621 treaty, the first formal agreement between the Wampanoag and the European settlers. The scene is framed by United States of America and $1, with Wampanoag Treaty 1621 inscribed below. The coin measures 26.5 millimeters, weighs 8.1 grams, and has a plain edge with edge lettering that includes the date, mint mark, and e pluribus unum on circulation strikes. The composition is manganese brass clad over a pure copper core, giving it the distinctive golden hue that the mint hoped would differentiate it from the silver-colored Susan B. Anthony dollar. Officially, the Denver Mint reported a mintage of 1,680,000 coins for the 2011 decirculation strike, which sounds plentiful until you understand how mintage and rarity are unrelated in modern issues. The Mint's 2011 policy meant most of these dollars never left Federal Reserve vaults. Banks didn't want them, retailers didn't order them, and the public rarely saw them. The vast majority sat in mint-sewn rolls and 250 coin bags sold to collectors, while a smaller number trickled into circulation through casino drops and direct orders. So while 1.68 million were struck, the number that actually experienced commerce is far lower, and the number that survived with original, mark-free surfaces is dramatically smaller. Manganese brass is a chemically reactive alloy. It tones quickly, spots easily, and shows every contact mark from a counting machine. A coin that grades MS 65 might be common, but one that grades MS 68 with clean fields, full luster, and attractive natural toning is a true condition rarity. This is why mintage alone never tells the story. Survival rate, strike quality, and originality are what create value in the 2011 D. A scratched, heavily toned example from circulation might be ordinary, but that same date in gem condition with brilliant golden luster and no carbon spots becomes a coin that registry set builders actively hunt. For the 2011 D Wampanoag Treaty dollar, variety hunters have documented several important attributes that move the needle on value, even for circulated or scratched examples. While there is no large date or small date for this year, collectors scrutinize the issue for die cracks, especially along the rim or through the lettering, because Denver's high-speed presses in the modern era created significant die stress. Repunched mint marks are possible in this era, though no major RPM has been confirmed for 2011 D, so any discovery would be significant. Off-center strikes and broad-struck errors are known for the series and can occur on 2011 D planchets, instantly transforming a common dollar into a visual error that collectors prize. Transitional errors are not applicable here because the composition and design remained consistent, but the edge lettering process itself can produce partial or missing inscriptions, which command strong premiums. To understand how these errors happen, we have to look at the minting process. Surface preservation is where the story of a scratched, toned 2011 D becomes fascinating. Natural toning on manganese brass can range from pale gold to deep amber, green, or even magenta when the coin has been stored in original mint packaging or in older albums. Original toning that is even, attractive, and unbroken by cleaning can enhance eye appeal and value, especially if it highlights the relief of the handshake or Sacagawea's portrait. Cleaning, however, is devastating. The alloy is soft, and any abrasive cleaning leaves hairlines that kill luster and reduce grade. A scratched 2011 D from circulation might grade only -50 Australian dollars to -58 Australian dollars. But if the scratch is a single contact mark from commerce and the rest of the coin retains original luster and color, it can still be desirable as a type example. This is why professional grading from PCGS or NGC is critical. Graders distinguish between circulation wear, contact marks, environmental damage, and cleaning, and they assign designations for proof-like surfaces or special toning when warranted. For the 2011 D, the difference between MS67 and MS68 is often just a few tiny marks or one carbon spot, yet the price difference can be thousands of dollars. That gap exists because of registry set competition. The Native American Dollar series has become a premier modern set, and collectors competing for the finest known 2011 D are willing to pay strong premiums to move up a single point. When a coin is the finest graded, or tied for finest, and it has exceptional eye appeal or provenance from a famous collection, auction bidding can escalate rapidly. We have seen MS68 2011 D examples with vivid toning realize $1,200 to $2,500 in recent years, while a typical MS66 trades for $50 to $100. A circulated, scratched example with no major errors might bring $3 to $10 to the right buyer, but if that same coin shows a dramatic die crack or off-center strike, values can jump to $150 to $600 depending on severity and visual impact. Record-breaking results occur when condition, color, and rarity align, a perfect storm that turns a modern dollar into a trophy coin. The lesson of the 2011 D Wampanoag Treaty Dollar is that rarity in modern numismatics is about context, not age. A $1 clad coin, struck in the millions, can become a high-value collectible when survival in gem condition is low, when natural toning creates art, and when collectors decide that a particular date must be the best it can be for their set. And if you think a scratched dollar is interesting, wait until you see what happens when the mint strikes a Sacagawea on the wrong planchet entirely. Next up, we're examining one of the most dramatic wrong planchet errors of the 21st century, a golden dollar that isn't gold at all. You won't believe what it's made of or what it's sold for, so stay right here. And fourthly, the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar coin is not always the flawless, golden specimen locked away in a collector's vault. In some of the most shocking cases, it is a worn, scratched, and seemingly ruined coin that captures extraordinary attention and commands staggering prices. A 2001 Sacagawea dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark, heavily circulated, marked by deep scratches and years of neglect, can appear almost worthless at first glance. Yet under the right circumstances, this exact type of coin has the potential to shock collectors with unexpected value, turning what looks like pocket change into a piece of numismatic intrigue that demands a second look. To understand why this coin exists in such large numbers, yet still holds hidden potential, it is necessary to step back into the United States in 2001. This was a period marked by economic uncertainty and national transformation, shaped heavily by the events of September 11th, which altered the country's financial and social landscape. The Sacagawea Dollar program itself had only recently been introduced in 2000 as an effort to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar. The U.S. Mint aimed to create a coin that would circulate widely in everyday commerce, but public resistance to dollar coins remained strong, leading to an oversupply and limited real-world usage despite ongoing production. The 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the small P mint mark on the obverse side near Sacagawea's portrait. In that year alone, over 62 million coins were produced at Philadelphia, a figure that would normally suggest very low individual value. However, high mintage numbers can be misleading. When millions of coins are produced but largely ignored, mishandled, or improperly stored, a different kind of rarity begins to emerge. Coins that survive with unusual wear patterns, striking defects, or distinctive damage become isolated examples of a much larger story, standing apart from the ordinary. Examining a heavily circulated 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar reveals a surface that tells a long and complex history. The once bright golden manganese brass alloy may now appear dull, darkened, or unevenly toned, with patches of discoloration ranging from deep brown to almost black. Scratches may cut across Sacagawea's portrait, some shallow and others deeply embedded, while the reverse eagle design might show signs of flattening from years of friction. Rim nicks, small dents, and even corrosion spots can be present, especially if the coin was exposed to moisture or harsh environmental conditions. Rather than diminishing the coin's identity, these marks transform it into a physical record of its journey through countless hands and transactions. Among collectors, there is a growing fascination with coins that defy traditional standards of beauty. While pristine, uncirculated examples still dominate the mainstream market, a niche group of enthusiasts actively seeks out coins with extreme wear, unusual toning, or dramatic surface damage. These collectors are not simply buying metal, they are acquiring stories. A scratched and aged 2001 Sacagawea Dollar becomes a conversation piece, a survivor that has endured years of circulation and still exists as a tangible connection to the early 21st century. Beyond visible wear, some of these coins may also exhibit subtle but important mint-related anomalies. Dye deterioration, for example, can create a slightly distorted or grainy appearance in the design details. Planchet flaws might result in uneven surfaces or faint lines beneath the coin's outer layer. In rare cases, struck through errors, where foreign material interfered during the minting process, can leave unusual impressions or textures. Even environmental exposure can trigger chemical reactions in the coin's alloy, producing colors and patterns that appear almost unnatural, further enhancing its uniqueness. The behavior of the modern coin market adds another layer of unpredictability. With the rise of online marketplaces, social media platforms, and viral coin discoveries, a single unusual Sacagawea dollar can quickly attract widespread attention. Collectors who might otherwise overlook a damaged coin can become highly interested when its story is amplified, leading to intense bidding activity. Auctions no longer rely solely on traditional grading standards. They are increasingly influenced by narrative, rarity of appearance, and the emotional response a coin generates. In extreme scenarios, the value of a 2001 Sacagawea dollar can reach levels that seem almost unbelievable. While most circulated examples remain modest in price, a coin with a rare combination of heavy wear, unique damage, and possible mint anomalies could, under the right conditions, achieve a dramatic auction result. Competitive bidding, fueled by collector curiosity and the desire to own something truly one-of-a-kind, can push prices far beyond standard expectations. In highly unusual cases, such a coin could approach or even exceed five-figure territory, and under exceptional circumstances, the possibility of a six-figure outcome cannot be entirely dismissed. This potential is not rooted in ordinary market behavior, but in the intersection of rarity, storytelling, and collector psychology. A coin that stands out visually and historically becomes more than its denomination or metal composition. It becomes a symbol of survival, an artifact that reflects both its time of creation and the unpredictable journey it has taken since leaving the mint. The 2001 Sacagawea dollar, especially in worn and damaged condition, embodies this transformation in a way that few modern coins can. What makes the 2001 Sacagawea dollar even more intriguing is how easily it can be overlooked in everyday life, often dismissed as just another modern coin with no real significance. Many of these coins spent years sitting in storage vaults, bank rolls, or forgotten containers, only to re-enter circulation later in worn and degraded condition. By the time they reach the hands of a collector, their surfaces may already carry the marks of neglect, including uneven toning, contact damage, and signs of repeated handling. Yet it is precisely this journey, from mint to obscurity and back into the public eye, that creates an unusual layer of desirability. A coin that has clearly lived a long and unprotected life stands apart from untouched examples, offering a sense of authenticity that cannot be artificially replicated. Another factor that adds depth to these heavily worn Sacagawea dollars is the evolving perception of modern coinage within the numismatic community. For decades, collectors focused primarily on older silver and gold coins, often ignoring contemporary issues like the Sacagawea series. However, as time passes, even relatively recent coins begin to develop their own historical identity. The 2001 P issue now represents an early chapter in a broader attempt by the United States Mint to redefine circulating currency. When that historical significance is combined with visible wear, damage, and possible mint irregularities, the coin transitions from a common object into a document of change, reflecting both the ambitions and challenges of its era. In rare situations, the visual impact of a heavily damaged 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar can elevate it beyond traditional collecting categories entirely. Coins with dramatic surface destruction, unusual color transformations, or highly irregular textures can attract attention not only from coin collectors, but also from those interested in art-like or abstract objects. The contrast between the coin's official design and its altered condition creates a striking appearance that can be difficult to ignore. When such a piece appears in a competitive auction setting, its uniqueness can trigger a strong emotional response, leading bidders to focus less on conventional grading standards and more on the singular nature of the coin itself, ultimately pushing its perceived value into unexpected territory. The true lesson of the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare, the 2001 P Sacagawea Dollar, is that value in coin collecting is not defined solely by perfection. It is shaped by history, individuality, and the unexpected details that set one coin apart from millions of others. What appears at first to be an old, scratched, and insignificant piece of currency may, upon closer inspection, reveal layers of significance that elevate it far beyond its face value. For collectors and curious observers alike, this serves as a powerful reminder that hidden treasures often exist where they are least expected, waiting to be recognized by those willing to look carefully.